Hello, everybody. Welcome to SpaceChem. My name is Jeff. You can call me Jeff. Man, that music is so epic. I gotta look up the soundtrack later. Let me just go ahead and turn this down. You'll have to tell me if it's much too loud. If it's way, way too loud, I can turn it down some more. So epic. Alright, so SpaceChem. Did I say my name is Jeff? You can call me Jeff. Cool. So this is SpaceChem. This is not even close to a new game. When did it come out? So SpaceChem was released in 2011. It's a classic puzzle sort of game. And I got this a long time back and played it a little bit. You'll see when the last time I played it was 2017, so it's been a few years. We'll start a new profile. Call me Jeff. Profile name you enter here may be displayed publicly, such as a high score table or one of your solutions. Okay. We'll go with that. And the last update here was New Year's Eve 2019, so it's been a little while since it's been updated too. But it's a classic puzzle game. You can tell from the aspect ratio what time period it was from a little bit. Not even sure what these are. All of them. But we'll just go ahead and start a new game. Alright, so orientation is a video that you go watch on YouTube. Press tab to view the leaderboards. Graphs, leaderboards. Alright. So one thing about this game is it compares how you do with everyone else that's played the game. So we'll start of pancakes and spaceships. Hey, Wally. Good evening. Starting SpaceChem tonight. SpaceChem. Now, I have played a little bit of this. 2.5 hours. But, I mean, it hardly counts, because it's been since 2017 since I played. So, all kinds of new training and story going on here. Space, the final frontier. So reactors are programmed with reactions to transform one set of chemical substances into another. Reactors may move atoms, rotate molecules, and modify bonds. In research assignments, a reactor is programmed to perform a single reaction. These are Waldos, blue and red things. They grab, move, rotate, and drop atoms. Atoms bonded together into molecules move together. Waldos move constantly and can be redirected with arrow instructions. Waldos execute arrow and reactor instructions of the matching color when passing over them. Cool. That was that story time. People die in space. That was the first sentence in the latest letter from my mother. She had never set foot on a ship, let alone be off the colony of Sangfroid. I'm gonna have a wonderful time reading tonight, I think. When I told her that I wanted to explore the stars, she cried. We were sitting in the local diner, stacks of pancakes swimming in syrup and butter on our plates, with every face watching my mother's tears roll down her cheeks as I continued eating. I was 10. She attached a news article about a recent incident involving a SpaceChem station in a secluded region of the galaxy. Half of the crew had been ejected through the airlock due to a strange malfunction. The survivors were not available for comment. Needless to say, my career choice was wholly opposed. The stakes are just too high. Look at these reports, she said in the message. I could hear her voice rising, with each word, I deleted it and turned off the tablet. The shuttle was en route to the training facility on Cernimer 2, billions of kilometers away from Sengfreud. In a few hours, I would be setting foot on another planet for the first time. I gazed out the window and watched the stars shimmer in the distance. "You've never been up here before?" the pilot called back to me. "Nope, first time." "Then you've never been through one of these jumps either. Sit tight." My hand gripped the armrest as we hit the jump to Cernimer 2. Cernimer. I thought I could hear my mother crying, but it was just the pilot laughing. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so we have a set of instructions, some arrows to redirect things. We have what we're supposed to input and output, and all that. We'll just sort of go through the tutorial here. So, this is an instruction, which executes when the matching Waldo, this thing, passes over it. This instruction accepts a molecule into the reactor. Place a matching instruction in the highlighted square. So this is the square. We're going to take an in alpha. And just drag it, I guess. Put it there. Okay. This instruction, grab drop. This instruction causes the Waldo to attach to and release atoms. So grab drop. This instruction, down, redirects the Waldo to move in a new direction. Cool, so I can hold S and then click. Each square can contain one arrow and one non-arrow. So this is a non-arrow, that's an arrow. So we want right here. This instruction, it's G. This instruction causes the Waldo to rotate its held molecule. It is included here for demonstration purposes only and is not required for this solution. Waldos stop moving when they collide with the side of the reactor, so we have to go up. If an atom collides with another atom or the side of the reactor, the simulation will be stopped. Alright, so we're going to make our Waldo start here and rotate around this way. So an atom will appear here, I guess. So the alpha input will come in within this square. We're going to specify it right here. So grab drop. This instruction will cause the attached molecule to be released. Oh, so if you haven't grabbed it yet, grab it. If you already have it, then drop it. It's E. So we're going to, the atom, I guess. Will the atom move with it? I don't know. And then out. This instruction will make molecules in the corresponding output zone, just this upper one instead of the lower one. The output zone leave through the output. Produce all of the required molecules to win. I think that's these. So exit with F. There we go. To start the reactor. So this is just going to do oxygen in, rotate it once, and then oxygen out. Just for demonstration. So click any of the 4 play buttons. Buttons further to the right go faster. The play buttons can be toggled by using the keyboard 1, 2, 3, 4, as can the stop button by pressing the tilde. Pressing the spacebar will pause and resume. So go. Oh, so is this telling it to come in? But it's going to load in here, which corresponds to here. Can I move this? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to let me anyway with the tutorial mode here. A little bit faster. Let's get through it. You can see it kind of pauses when it does this instruction. So that's probably important. Assignment complete. Your performance compared to other engineers is as follows. So, we all pretty much did the same thing. Alright, mission 1 complete. Research, slightly different. So atoms and molecules. Atoms are the building blocks of all matter. That's why you can't trust atoms. They make up everything. Atoms of the same element have the same properties. Oxygen, carbon, and iron are examples of elements. Molecules consist of one... Thank you, Wally. And I turned that music way down, but it's still so stinking loud. Let's get back into it. Okay. No, I wanted the training. Turn to the assignment selection screen. Yes. I wanted to read the thing. There, story and intro. Okay. Molecules consist of one or more atoms joined by bonds. A molecule is manipulated by a Waldo as a single unit. Water, methane, and salt are examples of molecules. So acetylene, these, it doesn't quite matter what the shape is. The 3 bonds, 1 bond, like that, are all the same. So these all come out the same. These molecules are all different. The identity of a molecule is determined by the type of its atoms and their bonds. Rotation and the angle of bonds do not change the molecule's identity. All right, story time. Nope, no new story, just new training. All right. So to solve this puzzle, we will use the blue Waldo, which behaves identically to the red Waldo, but executes only blue instructions. So to create a blue beta input, drop a red alpha input instruction and right-click on it. Can I not just do that? Okay. Drop a red alpha input and then right-click on it. Okay. And I say what? Blue, beta. Beta and blue. You can switch to blue instructions instead of red instructions by pressing the tab key or clicking the blue active button in the layer controls. Cool. So we're gonna say, come on in, which should drop it in here. We're gonna go up here, and then over here. We're gonna grab drop here. So we'll be grabbing this part of the hydrogen molecule. Do I just take it from here? So we're gonna go down this way with a drop here. I think it'll still be dangling. I don't know if that'll work. Let's find out. Yep, did not work. So we broke it already. Reaction error. Collisions between atoms are not allowed in reaction programs. Reaction will now be stopped. Okay. So we got to go at least one more. Drag it over. Drag that over. Drag that over. Now we should be able to go. Nope. It's still not in the right spot. Oh, I didn't put an out. So maybe I could. If I put send it out. Here, so when the Waldo passes over it, it'll send this out. But I still don't know if it'll do it with it dangling over like the edge like that. Let's see. Nope. Looks like it has to be all the way in. So over here, over here, over here. And we could send it out immediately. Dang it. Did that wrong too. Like that. I could probably shorten it here. There went one. Let's do it just slightly more efficiently. It's not going to let me, is it? But this is better. Tutorial? Okay. Your performance compared to other engineers. Okay. Sure. Next. Crossover. Okay, so now we're putting in one thing on this side. And we're just outputting them again on the other side. We're not doing any other manipulations to them. So we have to make sure they don't crash. That's what they're saying. This one's going to come in here. So we'll grab it there. That's wrong. Grab you there. You are a blue grab drop. So if blue goes up here, across to here, like that. There's a drop and then a send. I think I could have the red. Dang it. Delete. Have the red come down. Go over. Down. Not this way. The Waldos can bump into each other. That's not the direction I actually wanted to go. I'm going to go this way. I delete. And up. Over. That's not very efficient, but I think it'll do all right. Bring it in. Drop it. No. Control Z. I can. Drop it there and tell it to output. Down here, we're starting here. And have it come in. We drop it in this output zone, send it. So I think that'll do it. An invalid molecule was... Oh, no. I'm supposed to drop that down here. There we go. Cool. Speed it up. Uh-oh. Why didn't that one send? Did I just miss something? Yeah, I didn't send it that time. Is it because the other molecule was still in it? Oh. When we went over this one, this output blinked. I need to switch this to out that. And this one is out this. I didn't notice the symbols. Okay. Is that the solution now? Yeah, that looks more right. There's probably a better way to do this, but it works. If we do too many, is that a problem? Doesn't look like it. Cool. An introduction to bonding. Ooh, a bonding experience. So no new story still. Bonders add and remove bonds from atoms. Click and drag bonders to move them. The sync instructions. The blue Waldo will wait at the sync instruction until the red Waldo reaches its sync instruction. Oh, cool. Bond. Atom bond. Thank you, Wally. That's a good one. Adjacent bonders add or remove bonds from pairs of atoms above them. All bonders in a reactor fire together. The bonders that fire together stay together. All right, so they're all over the place here. This instruction. Hey, Nutmeg. Thanks for claiming first. Good evening. Welcome to SpaceChem. This instruction specifies where a Waldo starts and can be moved like any other instruction. But cannot be created or deleted. Move the red start instruction to the highlighted square. Okay. In alpha, we'll input a silver atom from the alpha input zone into the alpha input zone. From the alpha input zone into the alpha. Sure. Molecules are placed on the 4x4 grid as shown in the preview. We figured that out a couple times ago. So it'll drop in here. They want us to put the in instruction here. So right there. Grab and drop instructions can be made to only grab or only drop by right-clicking them and selecting from the menu. Okay? So you want me to turn it into just a grab? Oops. Only grab. In fact, all instructions can be modified by right-clicking. Cool. Instructions can be quickly placed by holding the corresponding keyboard key and clicking on a reactor square. Yep, that's what I've been doing. Instructions that affect the Waldo. Instructions only affect the Waldo that matches circularly. Switch between red and blue instructions by pressing the tab key. Cool. We put an in beta here. I'm gonna go up. Oh, you can also switch between red and blue with the active layers control. I think that's this. These controls also allow you to lock and hide layers. Go up. We're going to put a grab instruction here. This instruction, pick up the fluorine atom that entered through the beta input with the blue Waldo. So we do a grab here, turn it into a grab only. Now that both atoms have been input and attached to Waldos, it's time to bond them together. Bonders can be moved and can only create bonds when placed adjacent to other bonders. So you want me to put one there, huh? I'll drag and put it there. By placing these bonders adjacent to each other, I can add and remove bonds between the atoms directly over them. Okay? Because what we're looking to do is create a one bond. What is that? Silver fluoride. When a Waldo passes over a synchronize instruction, it will wait there until the other Waldo does the same. So we'll put a sync instruction here. Let's bond. James Bond sync. And we wanted that to be red. Placing a pair of synchronized instructions, as shown, will ensure that they begin moving from these locations at the same time. Okay. I would put the other sync instruction here. Drop. This instruction will drop the fluorine atom on the bonder, leaving it ready to be bonded to the silver atom. Cool. Put that there and turn it into just a drop. The bond plus. This instruction will activate all bonders in the reactor, including like these. Adding a bond between any atoms over adjacent ones. Very important, bond instructions do not have to be placed over a bonder to work. So even though they're having us do that here, we don't have to. That one's supposed to be red. Now that the blue Waldo is finished its work, it must return to pick up another fluorine atom. So it'll go down and here. After creating a bond between the two atoms, they are now part of the same molecule and will be moved by Waldos as a single unit. Up. As the silver fluoride molecule is now finished, it must be moved to its output zone that requires it. Molecules that are attached to Waldos are not affected by output instructions and must be released before they can be output. We want to drop here with the molecule. Now sitting in the output zone, this instruction will flush it out of the reactor and score it as produced. Clear as mud. So this one will come in and it'll grab the fluorine atom and it'll sit here until the red one is here. And then they will both start to move at the same time. This will ensure that this gets here and drops its molecule one before this one gets here and drops its molecule. But it's not going to drop it, it's going to hit the bond action instead. Actually, red will wait first. Drop, bond. Go up, drop, send it. Pretty cool. Hey, assignment complete. A brief history of SpaceChem. New story. A brief history of SpaceChem. The training facility on Cernimer II, I keep wanting to say the second. Cernimer II, Lord of Chems. The training facility on Cernimer II was a campus of rectangular metal buildings connected by corrugated tunnels with a landing zone located west of the reactor field. There was only a trace atmosphere on the surface, leaving the horizon empty, except for the central star and the sister planet, Cernimer the Fourth. Four. I sat in a folding chair behind a table in a brightly lit room with 15 other trainees. A middle-aged woman stood at the front of the room smiling. She wore a gray jumpsuit with a name tag on and it that read Angela. "Welcome to your first day of training," she said. "We're going to get started with some basics about SpaceChem, its founding and mission. We'll get through some of the drier material later in this session." As she clapped her hands, the lights dimmed, and a SpaceChem logo appeared on the wall. SpaceChem was founded in 2745 by George Vossler. An image of a portly, mustachioed man appeared for a moment before Angela flicked to the next screen, which contained the likeness of a salmon. Originally, SpaceChem was a subsidiary of Vossler Industries, specializing in the manufacture of fish-based food products. Later on, Vossler Industries folded and SpaceChem expanded into chemical engineering. The fish disappeared and was replaced by a star field. Ever since, SpaceChem has revolutionized the industry with its reactor technology. We currently employ over 200,000 individuals in various capacities on over 3,000 planets and stations. SpaceChem is the largest chemical engineering and manufacturing company in the universe. Another SpaceChem logo materialized. SpaceChem's goal is to provide high-quality chemical necessities to human colonies on a universal scale in an economical and effortless manner. Angela clapped her hands to turn on the lights. "Any questions so far?" Okay. So, a pair of atoms can have a maximum of 3 bonds between them. So we can keep adding bonds, or we can remove bonds with the minus guy. Additionally, each element has a maximum number of bonds allowed per atom. So hydrogen is only allowed to have 1 bond, not have 2 or 3. Oxygen can have 2 bonds, 1 or 2, but not 3. 3, sir. Not 2. 4 is definitely out of the question. Attempting to add more bonds than is allowed will not work, but will not cause any problems. Okay. So more bonding going on here. Need to create an HCl, a hydrochloric acid. We're going to bring the hydrogen in here. We're going to bring the chlorine in here. We have to bond them and output them over here. So, I mean, we kind of might as well use this. And it's still just 1 bond. I don't know why we went through the thing and then we're not going to use it. I guess let's start with red. We'll go down, across. We'll drop it here. We'll like pick it in, grab it, drop it. Yeah, we'll drop it here. I'll make sure it's just a drop. Then, I mean, might as well go back up. And then left again. We'll have a sync instruction in there to slow it down. The blue one will have to come over to here. I mean, I guess I could start it somewhere else. 1, 2, 3. And if I don't need to make it go all the way over there, why bother doing that, right? I kind of want to synchronize it with the red one. Switch to blue. Up, over. This one will have to come all the way over to here. We're going down and back. I think that's about the shortest path we could do. We're going to do the bond instruction here. Add a bond. We're going to have to do a grab here and a grab, red grab here. See, I can't put a sink construction on top of this. Is one of the problems. What does that do? Rotate it, right? I'm gonna put a drop here so that the molecule should be all the way within the output zone. And then we can send it out with this one. So this will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Before hitting the bond, I mean. So what was that again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want this one to get there first. So if I synchronize right away, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to make a match. Or actually, I want this one to be one ahead. So from here, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to count backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That won't quite work the way I thought I might want it to. What if I synchronize it here and here? I think that would work. So this one won't move until this one gets here, and then they'll start moving at the same time. So this can get here and drop it, go pick up the next one, and then wait here while this one goes, drops it off, and comes back around. I think that'll work. What do I need? I need to tell it to bring in the molecule. Same thing down here, bring in molecule. We got our bond, drop, drop, out. I think that'll be good. Oh, we didn't put the grab on it. Whoops. Actually, I just misplaced it. This one goes there. Bond, drop, send. Bond, drop, send. Got it. That one goes really fast. All right. And it looks like the last one on Cernimer 2, removing bonds. All right, this time we're going to have to take... Oh, we have 2 Fs. We have fluorine. Bonded. 2 bonded fluorines, and we have to send out that. I'm guessing we can drop 2 of them in the output and send both at the same time, and it'll count. We don't have to just send one at a time. That'd be weird. All right, so it's only going to come in up here. We'll use the blue one to grab one and set it out, I guess. So we'll have a second one to grab. All right, so we need to grab here. And go down. And somehow come across. Actually, we could get away with just one Waldo. If we unbond here. Swap autocolors, mirror vertically. Huh. So if we just bring it here, unbond it, like drop it and unbond it and send it. Right? So drop. Unbond. And then send out. We don't even need the blue Waldo or synchronizing or anything. Let's grab it here. So we'll grab the far one, bring the whole thing over, drop it on this, unbond them, send 2 at a time. Gotta tell it to come in. Bring it in. Grabs it. Drops it on the bonders. Unbonds. Sends 2 at a time. Nice. It's weird how it pauses like that if you're doing 2. There we go. All right, Cernimer 4. Double bonds. The name's Bond. Double bond. So we need to send out double bonded oxygen. Oxygen's only going to come in here. Huh. I bet we could do something clever with just the red Waldo again. It's going to come in here. We'll grab it. Ooh, I have an idea. A bonder there and a bonder there. And we'll bond as we go by. So we'll come down here and over. And we'll drop it here. Go up, back out. So drop and send. All right, we'll hit an in here, grab it, drop another one in, come down this way and bond with it when we hit here. That'll grab the other one and we'll bring it over as a set and drop it here, send it. Is that how we do that? Oh yeah. What? Oh, I only single bonded it. Whoops. Okay. In that case, we put the other pair here. And another bond. I'm almost never going to get the right answer on the first try, am I? Bond, bond. Go. Let's jump the speed up. Cool, so we did it pretty quickly. There's only one reactor. Later we'll get into multiple reactors. And we were way under the average symbols used. Nice. Cernimer 4, best left unanswered. New story, hey. A hand in the rear of the room flew up. There have been a lot of concerns about safety lately. Do you know anything about that? There was an unfortunate accident, she said. Someone coughed. She narrowed her eyes. We have a stellar safety compliance record. We have the best people and resources. Unfortunately, sometimes incidents occur, but these are rare events. There are only a few other companies the size of SpaceChem, including their corporate rivals SFCM, Société Française de Chimie et de l'Exploitation Minerale. It sounds like the Society of French Society something and the exploitation of minerals, is my guess. And Organexus, a smaller firm specializing in organic compounds and renowned for their general incompetence. SpaceChem was enjoying a golden age of incredible growth and success despite the news reports. Angela pulled a stack of papers from a folder. Anything else before we move on? What really happened during that accident? Another person asked, again from the back. She shuffled the papers in her hands and tapped them against the table in front of her. How does half a station's crew get flushed out of an airlock? Even if it was a malfunction, why were they all in there in the first place? The papers slid from her fingers as she stared through me with dull, lifeless eyes. I cleared my throat, and she glanced away. Her lips strained into a smile. I need a moment. Just going to... I'll be right back. She disappeared behind the door. She did not return. Sounds like maybe she knew some of the people. Alright, triple bonds. We can't quite do what we did last time. Because we only have the 4 bonders. So we can't do 3 sets of pairs. Does that rotate? Okay. It's going to come in here. So we're going to have to grab it from here for sure. We're going to have to do another in and bond 3 times. I think I'm going to have to do some shenanigans with rotations. If I don't want to loop over. Or... so the blue one can run instructions even if at the same time as the red one. I wonder what happens if the red one and the blue one hit the bond instruction at the same time. So if we grab there, we have one of them call in again for the second nitrogen. At the same time, the blue one here will call bond. So I'll have a blue bond instruction somewhere. So that'll grab it. We can move them down. If we rotate, they'll bond and come straight down. We can do another bond right away. Oops. Straight down. Do another bond. Rotate this Waldo. G. This will rotate Clockwise or counterclockwise. It'll come down, rotate once up. That'll be 1 bond, 2 bonds. Rotate it and move, and then do another bond. Or a 3rd bond, anyway. I think that would cause 3 of them, and it'll be vertical. We go up, over. We need an in right away to grab. So in, grab, in, and bond at the same time. Should happen at the same time. All right. So 1, 2, 3, bond. 1, 2, 3, bond. Then this will call bond as this one moves down. I don't know if it'll rotate at the same time. And then the bond will happen either while it's here or while it's here. I'm not sure. And then I guess just for simplicity, I could have it come down over, well, oh, I need a drop here. And ascend out. Because they should be vertical by the time they get here. And then I want this to be the same length of instructions. Can I? I can. Move everything over 1. And both of these. So that it's the same size. 1, 2, 3, and up. So it should actually start there. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, bond, bond, bond. 1, 2, 3, bond, 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 out, out. Let's see how that works. Hey, we got 3 bonds. That time did not work. I think I'm gonna have to synchronize them. Yeah. So I think the rotate slows it down 1. So let's synchronize 1, 2, 3, bond, bond, bond. 1, 2, 3, bond, bond, bond. I guess synchronize on the outside. Sync, like that. That way the blue won't get too far ahead. Sweet. I think I could also have just made the blue 1 longer. Actually, I want to try that so we don't have to use the sync commands. If I move this 1 more over so that the blue's 1 longer, I think that'll work. And then we use fewer symbols that way. Nope, that didn't work. Because we actually made it 2 longer, didn't we? 1, 2. We only need it to be 1 longer. If I don't want to use 2 synchronize commands, maybe I put a rotate on this. I don't know if that'll actually slow it down or not. Nope, just blasts right through it. But yeah, see, that's not going to work either. So delete this. We might just have to do a synchronize. Or I think the out causes it to slow down 1. What if we change this to blue? Then the red won't be slowed down twice by rotating and then also dropping, or sending out. Nope. That didn't work. So what did it... Did the blue pause there? No.
Lurk much?
Lurk. All right. Night, Nutmeg. Thanks for the lurk. All right, that didn't work as well as I had hoped. I guess we just have to synchronize. Unless there's some other trick I'm not thinking of. We'll go back to synchronizing right after there. That way it'll keep them matched up. Put an out. That's not what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a sync. Alright, so that looks like that's gonna just continue working correctly. Cool. Multiple outputs. Alright, this time we have to double break the bonds and output them. So they're gonna come in here and go out this way. Actually, we have 2 bonds to break. So what I'm thinking is, actually, ignore these. Put those 1 in each. And if we have this rotate once, I want it to go clockwise. So that the oxygen will end up down here and the carbon will end up here and it'll drop here. Then the blue one doesn't need to grab anything at all. See, we can have an in, a grab, and go down. This way, up, and we go this way. All right, we could even rotate it here if we wanted to. Let's do a similar pattern with this. We go up, over, down, and over. And this one will just be our instructions, our other instruction track. So if we think about it, after it gets here, this will drop it. We can do do an unbond twice, So we have 2 bonds. I wonder if there's a keyboard shortcut for that. I hope there is. And then we can send out this one. And this will drop. And unbond. Well, unbond. What if we send out that one there? I think that's it. In, grab, rotate. The rotate will slow it down 1. So we might need to synchronize these again. Yeah, see, the blue got ahead. That didn't work. It almost seems like there should be some sort of trick to not use the synchronize command there. But I mean, that works. An introduction to pipelines. Oh boy. New training. The next assignment is a production assignment. You must produce and deliver molecules to cargo freighters. Okay. In production assignments, you may use multiple reactors. Pipes carry molecules between inputs, reactors, and cargo freighters. Drag the last segment of a pipe to connect buildings. Looks like this is going under that. I don't know if I realized you could do that when I played before. Raw materials must be routed to reactors from storage tanks to reactors. Or harvesting facilities. Reactors have input pipes on the left and output pipes on the right. Double-click reactors to edit them. Cargo freighters only accept a single kind of molecule. Supply all the freighters to complete the assignment. Hopefully you can, like, oversupply and stuff. Okay. No reactors required. This has to come down here. This one has to come up here. I just click and drag. And come up here. That's it. And hopefully I don't have to count the number of pipes to make sure they're evenly supplied. 40, huh? Okay. There's something in the fish cake. Angela returned the next day, chipper and without a trace of distress. If anyone wanted to ask about the strange accidents, she only smiled and ignored the question. Training continued and we moved on to more technical topics and fieldwork. I always saw Angela sitting at the same table in the canteen. She would wave to me and I would nod before finding another seat among the trainees. As the days went by, I grew tired of the SpaceChem food and the novelty of the environment. I loaded a fried fish sandwich onto my tray, but did not feel hungry. Angela watched me from her metal table in the center of the cafeteria. "Hey," I said. "Want to take a seat?" she asked. "Sure." I slid out a chair and sat down. Angela unwrapped one of the 4 fish cake sandwiches on her tray, gripping the paper wrapper with both hands. "How do you like it?" "Training's okay. I really want to get to work, though." "I meant these." She waved her fish cake in front of her face. "SpaceChem's specialty product. It's packed with protein. The fried coating crunched and flaked onto the table as she bit in. I watched in awe as she devoured the food product. My appetite firmly suppressed. We sat in silence as she opened her second wrapper. The paper crinkling. So, Angela, I paused. How long have you been on Cernimer 2? She wiped her mouth on her sleeve. 8 months. I was halfway through a rotation when I left to come here. You prefer being settled in one place? No, I had to take this job. There were some difficulties during my last assignment. Well, you're a great trainer. She only gave me a pained smile. Where was your last assignment? I don't like to talk about it. The conversation died and she turned her attention to her food, staring off past me while chewing. I didn't touch my fish cakes, instead choosing to toss them into the trash after I left the table. Alright, so you can add output notes to reactors to remind yourself what intermediate molecules you need to produce. You can create output notes by right-clicking on reactors and selecting the Add Note action. Output notes show up inside reactors, just like in research assignments. Right-click on a note to edit it from within the reactor. Output notes are also displayed on the pipeline if the Show in Pipeline toggle is checked. Right-clicking a node on the pipeline will also edit. So much information being thrown at you at once, right? The reactor quota shows the maximum number of reactors you may use. Okay, so 4 here. The production assignment will not run if the quota is exceeded. So we're allowed to have 1 reactor. Just, that's so loud. Can't put it there. Okay. I guess up here. We'll output lower, I guess. Add note to lower output. We want HCl. Can I move this? HCl needs to come out here with 1 bond. Are there 3? Drag atoms onto the grid to build molecules. Drag bonds onto atoms to change the bond strength. Show in pipeline. Okay. We want HCl with 2 bonds, right? No, that wouldn't be right. Just 1 bond. I guess that worked. If I double click this, it shows up here now. Cool. Coming in here, we'll have hydrogen coming in the top and chlorine coming in the bottom. Okay, so that automatically happened. That's cool. Okay. What's this? Does that have anything? Basic modules. Models of reactors are used to train new technicians who do not yet need the full capabilities of the advanced models. There's advanced models. Awesome. Okay. So we need to bond them and send them out down here. If we bring it all the way down here, drop it there, but then come back up just to a square like this. Grab here, drop here. Put our bonders here. Blue will go up and over, down and back. All right. This one can... How do I want to do this? Actually, what if red does the dropping? In fact, do we need blue at all? Let's delete those. Can I do it that way? That worked. To do an in, we'll drop here. We don't want to drop here. We want to bond here. Delete that. Do a bond to just grab it, drop it there, send it. And it'll be out W, whatever that symbol is. We need an in here for the red one, and an in here for the beta. It'll bring in the alpha, bring in the beta, grab the alpha, bond with the beta, drop it, send it, go for the next one. Okay, we're waiting for it to come through the pipe, I think, is what we're doing here. That's cool that it'll automatically wait, pretty much. Okay, what's going on with the output? Oh, I never hooked up a pipe. That's a bit silly. Can I do it now? Now I gotta stop it. Is that connected? Alright, now can we do it? Huh. Oh no. I do need that command, don't I? That's cool, you can see what's happening inside. I don't think the pipes will get backed up too much. That's pretty neat. Looks like it'll keep working unless the pipes do something weird if they get backed up or whatever. Need 40 of that, huh? Let's go a little faster. Sweet. Here's our last mission on Cernimer 4. Oh, no introduction or nothing, just straight into it, huh? Yep, nothing new. Alright. Whoa. We're making formaldehyde. We're gonna have 2 reactors. So we can do... Let's see, we can do the oxygen and carbon together. And then bring in the hydrogen. Huh. I can't duck out early. It's not time to quit yet. All right. So obviously I have to have 2 reactors because I can't, it's so freaking loud. I can't have 3 different inputs and I have 3 different chemicals. I think I have to bond the oxygen and carbon and output that, and then bring in the hydrogen. Because otherwise we're not, there's nothing to attach the hydrogen to. So let's just bring the oxygen straight in like this. So we got oxygen and carbon. And we want to output over to here, into the top one. No, into the, yeah, top one here. Whoop. Do something like this. Can I come down that way? Okay. So over here will be, we don't know what in the bottom one. Okay, could I go to the reactor from here? Oh, that's cool. So you can jump between reactors. All right, so the hydrogen's gonna make a long journey here. Can I select where it comes in? Looks like no. But I think I can control where it comes out. Or how it comes out. Nope. So I need to double bond the oxygen and carbon and output it this way. And if it's up and down like this, that'll be easy, but is that what I'm gonna want? In. The output of this will be double bonded oxygen and carbon. Be oxygen and carbon double bonded. Carbon monoxide. Okay. So now this one knows it's going to have carbon monoxide coming in. That's just there because that's where I put it, right? If I moved these over, I could put them wherever I want. Well, kind of what I would like is to have this pop in with the carbon right next to where the hydrogen's going to be. So I could just immediately bond with it. And then do some sort of rotation nonsense. So let's say we want to output it. Let's see, drag bonds, hold down control while dragging atoms to copy, right click on nodes. Yeah, I was trying to see if there was an easy way to do the whole group. That's a little weird. Okay, so if I output the carbon monoxide here, it comes in here, I gotta just immediately bond with it here. It's gonna come in right here. Bond, bond. And if we do another... So it'll be oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen. We'll bond these. Then we'll move, let's say, as a reference point, the carbon. Oh, but it's going to come in down here. Still, that should be fine. So come up this way. Bond it here. The carbon will move here, and then the carbon will be here, and we'll want to bond back this way with the next hydrogen. So it'll be a bond we're going to want to call in the next one and bond at the same time. So we'll need a simultaneous instruction there. Then we'll come all the way over here to drop it. Drop it there. We'll be doing in. Let's see, alpha in. We'll be doing. How do I want to do that? Delete those. I realize we can't delete start. Just move this out of the way. That way we have to drop it like here. And come back out. So that's our shortest path. We're going to want to bring in the beta input, which is our chemical from, or our carbon monoxide. And I want to bring in our alpha component. So we'll get stuck here until we have a beta input. We'll get stuck here until we have an alpha input. They'll be right next to each other. We could do our first bond here. We could grab, we grab here, we grab the carbon. We grab here, we grab the hydrogen. So grab here to get the carbon, which will be bonded to the hydrogen. We'll move here to do another alpha input. No, because that'll drop it right where we are. Actually, I want that to happen here, I guess. But we also want to bond with it right away. But we can't be sitting on it while we do that. So in beta, in alpha, bond it, grab it, slide it over one. That'll be what? Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen. Slide over again, and we want to wait here until the hydrogen appears here. And then we want to bond before we leave. How do we do that? I have an idea. Let's put a sink here. Put a sink. That's not at all what I wanted. T sink. So it'll sit here and wait. We'll have the red one do our second hydrogen in. At some point, it'll do a hydrogen in with a sink in front of it. No, because they'll both move at the same time then. The sink comes after it. What if we do sink before here and a blue sink here? It's not the sink. T for sink. We come over here and we drop. And send. I don't think that's quite right. Let me see how it comes out. Up this way Down. That way. So this basically just is to call our second hydrogen in. When they get here, we have everything ready. The blue will move on to the sink. And if we don't have a hydrogen, the red will get stuck here and not hit the second sink until it's able to call in a hydrogen. We need to call a bond. We still need to do our second bond. So, put a bond here. Okay. We still have to do the other reactor, but I think that's the idea of this reactor anyway. This reactor, we want to output the carbon monoxide right here. So we need the carbon from here. We need the oxygen from here. That's wrong. There. That way. Drop it here. Put it out that way. So in, and up. And we'll have to do some kind of bond somewhere along here. 2 of them. And we can actually drop our molecule, or our atom here. And head back. We in. We grab. We drop. If we do something like sync, bond, bond, and sync, this will move through while this is doing the bonds. And then we can drop here and send it out there. Synchronize, bond, bond. Down here it's synchronize. Yeah, might as well do the bond bond here. Think that'll work? So the ends will wait. Oh, we need grab here. Is that good? It'll drop it there, but it'll still wait. Bond, bond, drop, out. So we dropped it in the wrong spot. And stop. I'm gonna do out here and drop it there. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, that definitely didn't work. I think this part worked. We're outputting it where we wanted it. And it'll happen more than once. Okay. Wish there was a way to just... Oh, it jumped here for me already. Okay. So this was supposed to grab this and bring it up, wasn't it? I completely forgot about that. For some reason in my brain, this was popping in right here. I didn't need to grab it from down here. Huh. So what if... Hey, it's the Ontario Gardener. How you doing? Were you playing tonight? I saw you play yesterday some. Not streaming? Alright, so I wanted to grab the carbon from here. So I don't need to grab here, I just get up here and do the bond, right? When I hit here, I'll do a bond. This is where the red sink comes in. We'll move here and wait while the red one does an alpha in. Bring in the other hydrogen. And the red will do the bond. And when it hits the other sink, they'll move on. So these all need to come down to here. Hey. Also this one. You play any SpaceChem, Ontario? Oops. Look at that. Alright, so we come in. We bring in this. We don't need to bring in this until we're all the way up here. So we can wait a little bit. We'll wait for the beta input. Once it pops in, we'll grab it, come up here. We'll wait here for the hydrogen to be able to come in. When we hit here, it'll bond, so it'll move with us. The whole time, these will be waiting for us. I think this will work. So they'll just sit there waiting forever. Come over here. We did output one there. So we're just waiting for that to pop in. Bond. Sweet. Oh, yes. So it's kind of slow, but it works. Exit the reactor. We can look at it from here. 3 out of 40. But it looks like it is going to work on repeat basically forever. I don't think it'll be a problem if this backs up. I hope it won't be a problem. We'll see if it does. Back up, I mean. We got 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay, one or two more and it should back up if it's going to. I think it'll just stop waiting to output, right? That's what I would expect to happen. It doesn't mean I'm right. Yep, waiting. Sweet. Stokes comp. Welcome, first time chatter, by the way. Yeah, I played this game. The last time I played this game was in 2017, and I'm not sure if I got this far. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I did a similar thing where I was like, I thought about booting up to play it, and it's just like, oh, it's going to be too much. I think at some point I forgot you could cross pipes, and I was trying to figure out how to even route things. I must have been tired when I was playing it. Oh, this is new. I'm not used to a story after the mission. Hold on a second. Are you Michael, who's been commenting on YouTube videos? I woke to the rustle of an envelope sliding under the door. I pulled on a pair of socks before setting foot on the cold floor. Someone gasped outside as the envelope retracted. Pressed the access panel and the door glided open. Angela sprang up, clutching the yellow envelope in her hand, eyes wide. Her blue sleep suit dragged on the floor as she stood barefoot, her hair wrapped in a scarf. Good morning. She slipped the packet into a black folder. What are you doing? Just taking a midnight stroll. Can't sleep sometimes. I'm sorry I woke you. You should get back to bed. As she spun around, I grabbed her shoulder. Wait, what's in the envelope? It's nothing, really. You'll see this later. She fixed her eyes on the ground and tugged the folder closed. Stepping out of the room, I joined her in the hall. Why bring it now? I asked. It's your assignment. She plucked the paper from the folder and thrust it in my hands. You'll be working with one of my old managers, Joel. He's great. On the sheet was the name of the planet, Danopth, a staff hierarchy, and an employee ID number. None of this information meant anything to me. It's not that bad. She gazed at me expectantly, but I only folded the paper and slid it into my pocket. Thanks. With a gush of breath, her smile returned. I've got some other deliveries to make. Good luck, buddy. She winked and continued down the hallway in a flurry of blue fabric, her bare feet padding against the metal floor. Well, hey, Michael. Welcome. So, it's the first time you're catching a stream, isn't it? Well, yeah, first time chatter. Duh. Yeah, good. All right. This close to 11, this might be my last mission for tonight. There's 2 paths you can take down there. So we're on Danopth now, our first assignment. Official. As if we haven't been doing work already. Every day is the first day. More story. Hydrate. A deep voice bellowed from behind the prefabricated door. Again? Are you kidding me? I'm just reporting the malfunction, sir, a woman said. I hesitated and stepped back from the door, deciding to come back later. To my surprise, it opened on its own, revealing a tall man, presumably Joel, and a woman in a red jumpsuit. Joel stood behind a metal desk, frowning and crossed his arms. Get a team together and fix the pipeline rupture. Of course, sir. She straightened her back. As she left the office, she gave me a curt nod and slipped through the doorway. Joel rubbed a hand against his face. Come in. I'm sorry about that. We've been having a lot of mechanical problems lately. That was Marianne, by the way. There was nowhere to sit in the office, so I stood in front of his desk. You're fresh out of training. You were on Cernimer, right? Who was your trainer? He looked me up and down. Angela. She mentioned she worked with you. Yeah, she was an engineer at my last assignment. It's really too bad what happened to her. His voice sounded almost wistful. Joel looked intently at his hands for a moment, then back to me. Well, we haven't had anyone new for a while. Let me give you the rundown. He rolled out from behind the desk, sending his chair into the wall, and gestured to the window. You're on Danopth, a rocky planet in the Vesuvius system. There are tons of liquid methane deposits, so naturally we do a lot of hydrocarbon production here. Not very exciting, I know. I'm only here until they fill the position and get a proper replacement for the last supervisor. Outside, the ground was a dark dirt color, with shimmering methane pools close to the foundation of the SpaceChem facility. Joel continued. You're scheduled to work in the labs at first, then you'll be working on the pipelines. He settled into the seat once more. Welcome. Good luck, and stay sharp. All right. Hydrogen, carbon, carbon, hydrogen. Oh boy. Huh. So carbon's going to be coming in here. We're going to have to move it at least one spot. If we do it right, we can triple the bond right away. So if we put the bonder here, we'll do a grab. And then let's put a sync here so it stops. We'll have the red one hit bond 3 times. Then we can bring us straight up to here. Bond with the hydrogen there. Maybe. Bond once. Alright, so what am I going to have here? I'll have carbon, hydrogen. Like carbon, I'll be holding on to the carbon here, and we'll be bonded with the hydrogen there. If I rotate twice, the other carbon will be here. So that won't work. That won't quite be the way to do it. How do... Because I can't bring in any more... I can't bring in any more bonders. Add or remove bond structure. Bonders can be connected by placing them adjacent to each other. 60 hours. Nice. I had about 2.5 hours in the game before tonight. And it was 2017 was the last time I played it. I'm almost positive I didn't get this far. I think I was doing the training like what I was doing last time and just sort of gave up. Let's see. So grab, move. We start off this way. And then we have what? 2 bond statements. Bond, sync. No. Oh, we actually need 3 bonds on the carbon. So that would go like... Wait. That didn't work. Put another sync here. It's too many sync statements, to be honest, but... And I'm gonna need... This up and over. I sync. And in, but for the other beta input. See, that's all about the beta input. Jeez. But I'll at least line them up. Never called the second one. We should have had a beta input here. Beta in, sync. They'll collide here. Yep. This way. So there's just one extra step after the sync. Then it moves on. Now that'd be interesting. If the blue... No, because the hydrogen's going to be here. If we go any higher after attaching it to the top, it'll collide there. I was thinking, what if we bring it around this way somehow and loop the next hydrogen on the other end? Or we bring it up, rotate it, bring it down somehow. This is ridiculous. Okay, just playing with the keyboard. Oh, there's a pause. Oh, for debugging. Cool. I don't remember seeing that pop up. Excuse me. Let's just reset this. Think about it again. Obviously, the easy thing to do is to, like, just bond with where it pops in so you don't have to do another grab. But to get that... Oh, that's right. That doesn't have to be that shape. They did explain that once. So as long as the hydrogens are connected the right way, this can be any shape we want. It doesn't have to be a straight line. So that might make it easier. So what if we, like, come in... do an input, do a grab, do a bond. So grab, do another input here, up and over and bond. And then we could come up here, where we could... I mean, heck, we could rotate this on the way there. Actually, we wanted to sit here and bond 3 times. So we need the sink here. Delete sink. We do want the red one to do the, like, sink once. Oops. Not you. Sink. Triple bond. And then sink again, says it get the blue moving again. If we move up, we could... It's going to come in here. So we could come up and... see, what if we rotate once, hit it, bond, and then move this way and bond. So if we come up and rotate clockwise, that'll put us here and here. We can move up, bond with this guy. Right, this will call in our alpha input. How do I guarantee the alpha input is there by the time I get there? That's my question. Unless I can't go this way because I'd hit the wall. I could rotate this way, have it swing up here. I wanted to go like this. Hit it, then go up and out. I think it would be all the way in if we got here. So it's a weird bendy path. Point is to come up and bond once here. So we can call in the alpha here. Alpha input. Is that right? Swing up. Alpha input gets called in. Come up here. Over. Bond with it on the left part. Then we move over one more and bond with it here. As far as we know, there's nothing to wait on for here. So we shouldn't have to worry about synchronizing our input. Like when we have the pipelines before. All right, Wally, thanks for the lurk. Thanks for hanging out. So, input, bond. I want to sit here while red does another input and bond, right? Jeez. Let's just see where we get, how far we get. 1, 2, 3. Up and, oh, that rotates not the way I thought. Collision between atoms? I called in two alphas at the same time. Okay, I was thinking I was swinging this way. What if I call in? Put a sync here. T for timing, I'll think of it as. Alright, where's... You gotta sync, sync. Sync, bond, 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 sync to let it go. Already doing an input alpha. So why am I syncing here? Sync there. Bond. What am I doing? Bond, bond, bond. Go. Yeah, we hit the wall. Rotate this the other way. We want to sit there. Have the red bring in the next hydrogen. And... and bond while we're sitting there. I think that's why I was thinking of another sync here. So after that sync, we'd put like a sync here. Get the timing right. What's wrong? Well. Okay, so those syncs match up. So when this moves in, it'll bond once. So we just want to skip an instruction. Then we want to call in another alpha. And then call another bond while it's sitting there. And then this can just go. Should be able to drop it here, output. Drop. Output this one. And we can shrink this down now. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wrap around. So like 3 there. Skip 1. That's not quite enough. Move all these over 1. Bond. And that's what we can do here. This is just running a set of instructions. Is that it? No. Red got too far ahead now. That was almost it. So we started, do our last bond. We need another sync. After the output. So shift all these over 1. We put a synchronize here, and we'll put a synchronize here, I think. Nope, we already blew past our other synchronize. How did we do that? Stop. How did I blow past this? So to release this sync is what this one was for, huh? Oh, I've got 2. I think I was only supposed to have 1 space there. Is that wrong? That's still going to be wrong, right? I mean, this should be extra if it works out the way I thought it would. And on, no. Yeah, we don't need this one now. We'll stop and remove this. I think that'll do it. Oh, if these puzzles get more complicated, I'm gonna totally break my brain on this game. So it just sits there and waits for the output. I think it's working now. All right, that's pretty cool. I doubt it's an optimal solution, but it works. Pass these to other screens to combine into other things. Yeah, I had one of those, like, between 2 different reactors. Or is it even worse than that? So I did it pretty quickly. And it was a little under the average. That's not bad. All right. I think it's time to call it a night. This is fun. I don't know why I picked this game up. When I sat down to play tonight, I was kind of not sure what I was going to play. I considered Autonauts, but I want to come back to that when I have the time to do a longer Let's Play and kind of finish off my Enlightenment run. So that's coming just sometime later. I also didn't want to just start doing Factorio every night. And most of the other games I could think of were more like Factorio, so it would have been Factoria. But yeah, SpaceChem. This is going to break my brain if I keep playing it, especially tonight. So we'll come back to it another time, just as another one-off sometime. But, hey, Michael, thanks for stopping in. Nice to finally catch you live. I'm going to look for somebody to raid. Hey, let's raid Dental Floss. Dental and Oma are playing Played Up, as usual. So we'll give them a raid. Make sure you give them exclamation point visit once you get there to check the, join them in their restaurant, and you can order stuff and mess with them, vote, that kind of stuff. But let them know I sent you. In the meantime, I'll be back Wednesday with Factorio, and then of course there's going to be like Played Up, and we should be doing some kind of shenanigans on Sunday, even though it's Christmas. Some of us aren't doing traveling on that day or anything, so we'll be around. At least that's the plan now. That could change. Stay tuned, I guess. But hey, in the meantime, remember to be kind, have fun, and I'll see you later. Bye.